Well, welcome back. I'm Keith Reynolds, host of Morning Coffee. I'm here with my show co-hosts today, Taylor and Charlene. Ladies, that was a great show with Catherine, or segment with Catherine.
I think we should all pay a visit to her.
I do too. You know what? I don't think I have issues, but you know
You
what?
never know.
Besides eating,
Food.
food. I just love food. Because I think food makes me, like when I'm nervous, I eat.
Oh.
I'm one of those people.
You like
So-
a compulsive eater?
Yeah. And
Do you have
know
a
what?
certain go-to food though when you're nervous, or is it just junk food? Or
Anything with bacon on it.
Oh my gosh! I think you definitely need to go see her.
Anything with bacon on it. But you know what? And she knows this. I am petrified of elevators.
And snakes.
No, you're not going to get me out of that. I'm always
didn't
going
like
to be
the
scared of
snakes.
snakes. You know, when we were doing our interview yesterday, I
And-
was scared of snakes.
And you're claustrophobic.
Well, yeah, that's the elevator thing, basically. Claustrophobic,
And flying.
Never going to get me out of that.
I think we have a lot of
will fly.
issues here.
No, I do not fly. I'll drive anywhere. I've driven
take a
probably all the way
train.
over. Yeah, take a train, but I will not fly. And she's over in the green room looking at me right now. Then I'm going to
She
get you.
can't wait for you to get off the air.
She's ready to get me.
She's like, oh, I'm ready for him
She
now.
probably already whammed me, and this is just the inner me talking.
That's
so.
right.
So who do we got going on now?
We have an old friend back with us today. It's Jeannie Francis. Jeannie was with us in the early days. I think you were on one of our very first shows.
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
And I'm back again.
That was a
and
while
you're back
ago.
Again. It was back in February. I think it was Valentine's Week.
Yes.
It was
And we did a
Valentine's
segment
Week.
on posies and Valentine flowers,
We
the
did.
history of
That's
flowers.
right, we did. It was
Language
about
of the flowers, right?
Yes.
Language
That's
of the
what it
flowers.
was. Well, welcome back to Morning Coffee, Jeannie.
Thank you for inviting me back.
And you're welcome. And let me just introduce Jeannie. Jeannie Francis is a reflexologist, an herbalist, a Reiki master, and a holistic practitioner. And she has a lovely shop and workshop space called Spirit to Soul Connection in Merchantville, New Jersey. Did I cover everything?
You did. You
Okay,
did.
good.
Thank you.
So I thought it may be interesting if we could talk a little bit about reflexology, because a lot of people don't really know what that is. They think it's maybe just foot massage, but we know it's so much more than that.
Well, people really don't understand how important our feet are, and that all our organs had connection points on our feet. And my mother is a reflexologist, and I learned to do this in 1972. So I've been working on feet for a very long time. When I do a therapy on your feet, it is kind of like a massage, but it's not. I go to different points on the feet and I work them, and times I can feel blockages, which later can become diseases. So I work on those blockages so the body can release them and not hold that energy that could cause issues. Most people don't realize that I can feel many things in their feet. I can feel issues from the time that they were born, if there was birth trauma, if there's been trauma in their younger years, and I can also feel things that may be coming up in their health and bring it up to them. And many times I tell them after I work on that, maybe you'd like to see a doctor just to check that out.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
The story your feet tells is quite amazing.
So really, you should be good to your feet and take care of your feet, right?
Yes.
You should.
Yes.
I suggest no high heels. I'm sorry,
No.
ladies. No tight shoes. I'm sorry,
No.
ladies.
Go barefoot once in a while.
Every once in a while, because we want our feet to work till the end of our time here, so we must really take care of them. And it seems to be one of those things that's the average American really ignores their feet. When I have people that come to me later and say, well, I get a pedicure. And I said, yes, but have you ever put oil on your feet? Do you ever
Right,
massage
massage
your
them,
feet?
yeah.
When your feet have been in tight, cute shoes? Have you ever kicked them off under the desk and moved those toes around? We have many issues. A lot of women have bunions and things. And
yes,
these
those
are
are
from
awful.
shoes being too tight, their feet restricted. Many times I'll talk to people and I'll talk about, the Japanese, how they used to bind the feet.
Oh,
and
yes.
it's always funny how women go, oh, I would never do that. And I look down at their shoes
Yes,
and say,
you are.
okay.
But let me ask you a question, Jeannie. When you're talking about that bunion, but is that creating bad health?
Absolutely, because it is removing the balance of the body and the feet. We as humans need balance, and where it starts is in our feet. I find a lot of times when women, especially women, come to me with bad knees, bad hips, like it all started in your feet because you really didn't take care of them. You've squish them in cute little shoes. I used to have an aunt who was very into shoes. And I would say, Aunt Alice, what size do you wear? And she'd say, oh, between a 6.5 and an 8, but my
What?
feet feel the best in an 8. And,
Oh my gosh.
and I said, look at your feet. And she was one of those people that had the bunions removed and surgeries.
Ooh.
And I thought,
Oh.
if in the beginning you wore that size 8,
You wouldn't
maybe
be
you
here.
wouldn't have these issues.
Wow.
Now, there's all different types of things that they talk about as far as, Dr. Scholl's this and stuff like that. And if you're working on the feet, like by pressure, right, is there something that you can slip in your shoe that hits all the pressure points of your foot
There are, but
to make
yeah.
it, you know what I mean? Maybe one pressure point's higher and that gives you more energy all day long.
The Dr. Scholl's are very good for padding because different shoes have different thicknesses of padding. Where you work, if you're standing on cement versus if you're standing on wood. But one of the things I always have my clients do, and they're simple things, I tell them to buy golf balls and at home roll the golf ball around on their feet. Or take a plastic water bottle, pour out half the water, freeze it, and then at home roll your feet at night over that to get the muscles to relax, and ease. Because, we all are so tense with stress these days that even our feet are tense because not only do they have the stress, but they have the stress of walking on them.
Yeah, and they have to carry your body.
That's right. So there are many simple, easy things to do. I also, with a lot of people that have diabetes, I ask them to get marbles and spend the evening picking them up, or making a foot pan with warm water and put the marbles in it, and while their feet are in there,
Ooh, that sounds
exercise
good.
the
Yeah, that
toes
does-
by
does not
picking
sound
up the
good.
marbles. Because with diabetes, people get neuropathy, which means that they're not getting any feeling, it gets tingling, it gets pain. So we work on exercises that people can do easily at home that don't take extraordinary amounts of buying, things.
Right.
Does the difference between like a flat foot and an arch foot have anything to do with the person, or is it just kind of how they're born?
It's how they're born, but it also has to do then with their balance and their standing and how the weight is equally put on each area of the foot. Our foot has different areas that have padding, such as the toes and the heel. So when the foot is flat, those pads aren't really being used properly. And so I do work with people with flat feet to increase the circulation around the arch and around the balls of the toes so that the blood keeps going and they can feel better and not so much pain. People that are flat-footed, especially if they stand all day, are in a lot of pain by the end of the day.
Now, so going off of Taylor's question, I've did a little research on reflexology, but right where the arch is, there might be some things connected to your organs. By being flat-footed, is it easier to work with or harder to work with? Is it because you're born flat-footed? Has it created a?
It has created an area where those organs, the organs in the arch of the foot, will be your stomach and part of your upper intestines and your pancreas and your gallbladder. And when you are flat-footed, they get more pressure placed on even those organs inside.
Okay, so around the arch is the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do a whammy on there for me?
Yep,
Give me the, okay.
I can.
So I think I'm going to be cured through this whole thing if I can get Catherine.
He's gonna. Oh, and our next guest.
And our next guest. I mean, I'm going to be fit.
You will be very
By
busy.
fall.
Yes.
By fall.
For the pizza challenge.
For the pizza challenge, that's right. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this sponsor.
The show, Heading in the Right Direction, including discussions, graphics, and any other material you'll see or hear on Heading in the Right Direction, are for informational and educational purposes only. Heading in the Right Direction is not intended to be a substitute for professional help. Dr. Cohen is providing his general opinion on heading in the right direction based on his experience. Dr. Cohen is not your doctor and is not giving you professional advice. Dr. Cohen gives professional advice in private sessions to his patients. If you have a doctor, your doctor should be consulted with any questions.
Bankers have lost all interest. Where robots and fat cats rule our fortunes, one woman
Hi.
will stand up and strive to do the impossible. Be treated like a person. Friends and neighbors will join her quest. Ordinary people will band together against the forces of corporate greed. And together, they will form Philadelphia Federal Credit Union, already in a neighborhood near you.
Imagine the finest hand-selected USDA prime steak you'll ever have. The freshest line-caught seafood, our Wine Spectator award-winning wine list, and soul-satisfying desserts. Bring that together with the perfect date, the winning business deal, a memorable family celebration. Welcome to Rod's Steak and Seafood Grill in nearby Morristown, New Jersey. Bring your appetite and feed your passion.
Your credit score is yours, and at Experian Credit Expert, we want to help you really use it. With access to helpful Experian experts over the phone and online, we can help you use it to get a better idea of what info the banks have on you. Use it to get more choice of mortgages. Use it to make your money go further. Take the next step to improving your financial future with your free 30-day trial at experian.co.uk.
Here at Freppi's Tex-Mex, you can definitely taste the freshness in our food. You should definitely come to Freppi's because it's a great place. You can bring your family, very kid-friendly. All my servers are amazing, friendly people. Everyone here is just happy to serve, and I think it shows. The thing that sets us apart is the quality and freshness of our food. And I think once you try it, you'd be coming back. I'm Joe DeSario, co-owner of Freppi's Tex-Mex in Plainfield, New Jersey.
Hey there, everybody. This is Scott Tanker, host of Lunch with the Boss on RadioVisionNetwork.com. I want you to visit me each and every Thursday from 12:30 to 1 o'clock, where we have special guests talking about the dynamics between employees and employers. We talk about their business. We let our audience know, that's you folks, what these businesses are all about and how we can make the working environment better, while at the same time learning about the local businesses here in the Delaware Valley. So, I'm host of Lunch with the Boss. My name is Scott Tanker. I want to see you here every Thursday from 12:30 to 1 o'clock. Be there, be square. Thanks a lot.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sidney Cohen. I'm a psychologist in New Jersey. I'm the host of a show called Heading in the Right Direction, which will be appearing on internet TV station Radio Vision Network. It's a show that's going to cover a wide range of psychological subjects. I think you'll be very interested in the subjects. I'm also going to have the opportunity to send me emails, ask me some questions. I'll answer questions, and I very much look forward to you tuning in. I'm very excited to do this. Thank you.
Today's show has been sponsored by More Than Gifts. Come see our new location in Marlton, New Jersey. Not just gifts, but more.
Welcome back. You're watching Morning Coffee. I'm Charlene Chamberlain, and I'm here with our co-hostess, Taylor. And yes, she's a co-hostess now. I'm changing it from show-co to co-hostess.
I like that.
Yes.
It's
It's a little more feminine.
See that? Work
Well,
wives
when
are
they're two,
bullies, too.
we're the hostesses.
The hostesses? This, but it
Yeah.
sounds like you should be serving morning coffee.
Well, maybe we will tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well.
And this is Keith Reynolds, our co-host. We were just speaking with Jeannie Francis about reflexology and how all the different muscles and pressure points in the bottom of your feet affect all of your organs. It's very interesting.
Yes,
And
it
that,
is.
you know, through your practice, you're able to clear maybe some emotional or physical issues or
Yes,
disorders,
yes,
right?
Yes, I can.
That have happened possibly in utero.
Absolutely.
That is amazing to me. Yes. Very amazing. So do you believe that a lot of those issues are carried from past life into the next life?
I do.
And can you work on those?
I can.
Okay. That's
But
good to
it's
know.
also a question that was posed to me at an herbal conference many years ago. A gentleman was speaking on health, and he said, so while you were in utero, was your mother happy? And it was a question that I had to sit back later and think, well, that's really a wild question. So when I'm working on feet and I realize I'm getting something from utero, I now can think, maybe mommy wasn't happy, maybe mommy wasn't healthy, maybe this was very stressful on mommy and baby felt it.
Wow. Keith, you must have something to say to that.
I'm kind of...
You're blown away, aren't you?
Blown away
I'm
right
feeling
now.
it over here.
Yes, I am. I'm a little blown away over that one.
Jeannie also is an herbalist, and I believe that you are a, what is your official title with the Still organization?
I am the herbalist in the house at Dr. Still's in Medford. My herbal training began when I was the age of 8 by a woman named Betty Woodford, who started Cedar Run Animal Refuge. And I'm a child who has ADHD. I'm up in the morning and I'm ready to go. And I realized that she would take me out to a woods that we call Dr. Still's Woods. And so I was first trained how to gather nuts, berries, herbs, what people call weeds, and how to make different healing compounds for the animals. And so it has just progressed from there. I am a certified doctor of herbalism. I'm constantly learning. And yes, I work with weeds and I help people heal with weeds.
Right, the natural way.
And I now train doctors of herbalism in Merchantville.
Let's take a step back. Who was Dr. Still?
Dr. Still was the black doctor of the pines in the 1800s. He was in Medford, and he was very well known. He healed all people, and he had 3 months of schooling, and then he trained himself from books that he bought in Philadelphia. And he would go around the Pine Barrens and the shores of New Jersey collecting these different plants. He was also taught by the Native Americans in the Pine Barrens. And so I do a lot of what is called piney medicine.
You know, we did have pine needle
tea.
Yeah,
tea
absolutely.
that one day.
It's very good for the lungs.
It was tasty.
It was tasty.
I wasn't sure how it was going to be, but we drank it. It was nice.
Absolutely.
So
and then we ate some flowers too, I think.
Yes, we did. We ate
Violets?
purple
Violets, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
violets, yeah.
Yeah. There are many things around us that have been given to us as gifts that we don't realize in this modern day how they are medicine for us.
I know you're really big with mugwort.
Yeah,
What
it
is
is
it?
mugwort season.
Mugwort season.
What's mudwort?
Mugwort is a very large weed, as most
You
people
probably
call
have it, and you probably pulled it out a zillion times from your garden.
it. It stinks, but what's wonderful about mugwort is a natural muscle relaxant. So I put it in my massage oils for my reflexology sessions. We also make teas out of it. I have people that drink it as a tea that have mild anxiety or upset. I also make drops out of it in a glycerin. So I usually give it to, it's something you give to a child 3 days before they go back to school when they're a little nervous.
Tell your story about it. Was it your granddaughter?
My grandbabies are, 2 of them are just like Granny. They're ADHD and they bounce off the walls. And so the school system wanted my daughter to put them on medication. And I asked them, I said to my daughter, go back to the school and ask them to give me 6 weeks. And then I want to hear from the teacher what's going on. So I took my granddaughters and we went out and we harvested lemon balm and oat straw, which is oats, and some mugwort, and we made up some gummy drops, and they love them. And within 6 weeks, the teachers were like, they're so attentive, they're so calm. Can I give this to everybody else? And I said, well, it would work, but I suggested the teacher, maybe you take some too. Because what I find with ADHD is really they're very brilliant children.
Yes.
And they are ready to absorb everything they hear and learn. But the school wants everybody now to follow a certain protocol. And not every peg fits in that square block. And so my daughter is now in Detroit with her daughters, and there are many children now in the school that come to my daughter because she makes the gummies.
She does? Wow. That's pretty great.
You know what it is too? I mean, kids are going to school smarter than their teachers. So
Absolutely.
how do you capture that? They're going to be bored. I mean, instead of throwing them prescription drugs and stuff like that, a natural
remedy.
type of remedy.
Yeah.
And my one granddaughter used to have what we called meltdowns in class. She would look at a test with 20 questions and she'd start just crying, "There's too many, I can't start." So I would tell her to block out the page. The first question is your name, so you already know that one. And so when she would have a meltdown, we now have 2 teachers that have accepted that my granddaughter raises her hand, because this is 3rd and 4th grade. She goes to the bathroom, she looks at the wall and comes in, we do meditation, she comes into calm, she puts a gummy in her mouth, and then her ritual is to go wash her hands and her face, feel the sunshine, and go back into the room.
Now see that, Char? Char gets like that when I have too many guests come onto the show. But we do like,
Can I have some gummies?
but you know what we use? We use a remedy the Three Stooges use. You know, where
They
like
just hit
Curly
me.
starts going crazy. And so this is Larry Moe the cheese. We just rub some cheese under her chin and she calms straight down.
Oh boy, are you
She's
in big
unbelievable.
trouble after this show, buddy. You wait.
Oh, you know what? I think I told Mark his secret. Forget about hypnos,
Don't
buddy.
listen.
Cheese.
Well, it's got a protein in it, so it does calm.
See
does.
that? See that? Thank you, Jeannie. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
Here, we have an attractive orange and a distinguished apple. The two similar, but opposites. In theory, a wingman is needed, or perhaps a wing lemon. A friend to the orange and an acquaintance to the apple, the lemon brings the two opposites together. See, with a little fresh thinking, the universe can be surprisingly smooth.
When we make Beyond Natural dry dog and cat foods, we start with real meat as the first ingredient. We leave out corn, wheat, and soy. And we own where our dry food is made. 100%. Can other brands say all that? For nutrition you can trust and your pet will enjoy. Does your food go beyond? Learn more at purinabeyond.com.
Fitzpatrick's. Deli dine for breakfast and lunch. And at night, gourmet dine for dinner with entrees and specialty sandwiches including certified black Angus cuts of beef and wild-caught seafood, plus catering options for specialty events. Since 1989, Fitzpatrick's, your hometown place with upscale tastes.
Apple Ridge is about freedom. Apple Ridge is about community. Apple Ridge is about home. Apple Ridge, everything you want, more than you expect. Welcome to your new neighborhood. Apple Ridge Senior Living. Enjoy a maintenance-free, affordable luxury lifestyle today. Visit appleridgeseniorliving.com and find out more about the Apple Ridge experience.
Hi, I'm Jim Turpin, host of Your Best 50. Please join me every Thursday at 3:30 where we'll cover topics that are important to the baby boom generation and their kids. And let us help you make this your best 50.
Today's show has been sponsored by Farmers Insurance in Voorhees, New Jersey. To protect your assets and the people you love, call Mike Skoranek, your local Farmers Insurance agent, at 856-336-2553.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Hi, I'm Taylor. You're back with Morning Coffee. I'm here with Charlene and Keith, and we're talking to Jeannie. Jeannie, what is Spirit to Soul Connection?
I have a beautiful shop in Merchantville, 23 North Center Street. It's a huge Victorian, which I was blessed to fall into. And on one side, I have a retail herbal shop. And on the other side, I have their very large classroom space, which I rent out, and I bring friends in that do programs so that we can share this with the community. There are so many wonderful practitioners and people that are working out that they're in their little offices and don't really have space to be able to invite lots of people in and share what it is they do. So at Spirit to Soul on the studio side, every night we're running programs. Some of them are free, some of them are interesting. They're everything from holistic health practitioners to healthy eating to herbaling. Tonight I'm doing a program on how to make pickles and fermented foods, which are good for your gut. Next week I have Catherine Nyans coming to visit us, which I'm very excited about having. So we are always looking to bring in people that can share their gifts with the community. I think this is important for human beings. Sometimes we go home after a day at work and we never come out again. We sit in front of the TV or the computer and we do not interact with other people, and we don't get to learn all the magnificent things that are going on. One of the reasons I do this is because I believe that people, when you don't understand what reflexology is or you don't understand what Reiki is, you're not going to come out and spend money on something that you don't know what this is. But if you come out to a program and you see how it's done and you see what it does for you, you then will be willing to come out and try. One Friday a month, I always have a ladies' night because ladies work very hard. And at ladies' night, we always have healthy snacks. I bring in many different practitioners so people can then try maybe 15 minutes of Reiki for $10 or 15 minutes of reflexology for $10 or hypnotherapy or other things, so that then their fear factor is gone, as Catherine talks about, getting rid of the fear factor.
Right.
And when ladies come out with friends and have a delightful time, it's easier for them to say, I think I might need that. Maybe I can put out the money for that experience.
Or I really enjoyed it and I
Yes.
really want to experience the full treatment.
More of it, yes.
Yeah.
So we do ladies' nights once a month, and it's all on my website, or if you go by the window in my shop where there's always handouts. I am also the president of the South Jersey chapter, the American Herbalist Guild. So once a month we always have a meeting which is open to people. 2 weeks ago we did one that was all on making natural bug repellents.
Oh.
And
Nice.
we sent, it was a group of natural mamas came. There were 15 of them plus other people, and so we sent them home with samples of natural bug repellents and recipes so that they could then make it at home for themselves. I believe that when you empower people, you give people the right.
Very cool.
I agree.
I mean, I could use that. Actually, you should kind of create it and send it to the Naked and Afraid of People, the TV show.
Yeah. Well, we do sell the products in our shop.
Cool. We just actually, you know what? Because that's how. And do you use charcoal?
We use charcoal and different things for cleansings. I make a product that Dr. Still made in the 1800s that most people, when they see it, say, I haven't seen this in years. It's called black salve or black drawing salve.
Yes, I love black salve.
It was taken off the market because of a few ingredients weren't so good for you. So we make it the way Dr. Still did, and this black drawing salve pulls out splinters, pulls out infections, and when people see it, they say, I haven't seen this in years, and I'm like, but if you come to a workshop, I'll teach you how to make that.
Yeah, my mom always used that when we were kids and we had splinters. She put get the black salve out.
Or,
no pulling that out with
tweezers
kids screaming. No,
yeah.
no. We put the black salve on. We put a Band-Aid on it. We wait about 2 hours and we rip the Band-Aid off.
And out it comes.
Yep. Infection and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, Jeannie, tell the listeners out there where they can find you.
I am at 23 North Center Street in Merchantville. And so if anybody knows the Blue Monkey, because everybody says to me, oh, the restaurant, the Blue Monkey, I'm a half a block away. And we are open Tuesday through Saturday. We are also open on some Sundays when there's workshops and classes going on.
Okay, and they can check your website for some of the events coming up?
They can.
Okay. Well, we're going to jump to a quick commercial and we'll be right back with our next guest.